Hello everybody, and welcome to first of hopefully many in this series of what I'm going to be calling epic freebies, is where I give you the first 30-ish minutes of gameplay of whatever is free this week on Epic. I will see about doing multiple games when they have like up to 3 for sale. To see if you want to download it or not and you enjoy the game. I'm going to start with the tutorial because that's probably where most people will start. I have played this game before a very long time ago, but I don't remember anything. Welcome to Rise of Industry, a game about testing your entrepreneurial skills. Here are some instructions to give you a head start. Start off, let us learn how to move around and use camera. Okay, so default, so right mouse also does Q and E. Oh, it isn't snap, it's snap rotation, not dynamic rotation. And then page up and so basic controls for this type of game. To build a region, in a region that you don't control, you need a permit. It's not as easy as just buying it, as there is a free market. You can start an auction and bid enough to gain control. Okay. Region. If you place your headquarters, it automatically gives you that region's permit at no cost. Once we start an auction, other companies will be able to bid on the permit. So, oh, I can move that around. Let's start an auction and keep bidding until your competitors give up, allowing you to earn ownership of that region, but be careful to not run out of money. Start auction. Bid. Bid. There we go. And now close the town panel. Okay. If you scan the map a little, you'll find the other companies on the map. They have the same abilities we do and are trying to do the same thing you're doing, so be careful. So I can see region. Okay. So I would assume my goal is to take over everything. Become the ultimate company. Now let's start building our production first. Now let's start building our first production line. First we need water siphon to collect the resource water. So gatherers, water siphon in the highlighted area. So it wants me to rotate it. There we go. Place 2 harvesters. Okay, so 1. I thought I needed to open that menu up again. 2. Open the road construction panel. Is that... Now we need to place roads to get the water to the water siphon. Roads are the only way trucks move across the map. If a road is not connected, it will have a roadblock at the end. Okay, so networks. Dirt road, because I don't think I have a lot of money. Oh, do I need to... Oh, okay. So I got to start on the existing road and then connect them. The water siphon is running. Raw resources like water and sand can be collected infinitely as long as you keep paying the upkeep. Okay? So as long as I have the money to do it, I will be good. I did not check the time when I started. Oh boy. Some resources like coal, copper, gas, iron, and oil have a limited amount of units available for collecting. We have to be careful how they are used. Okay. Gatherers for these raw resources need to be placed near their corresponding resources, but do not need roads to connect their harvesters and hubs to function. Oh, there I can see. Okay, so gatherers. What is coal mine? It wants me to make coal mine. So just like that. So I take it there's only a certain amount of these buildings I can place per coal mine, so I'd need to do more if I wanted to mine faster, but it is a limited resource. So open the Gatherers tab, place a lumber yard, oh. It won't. There we go. It's telling me there's no wood here, game. But sure. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Now I'm collecting lumber. Lumberyard harvesters have an area of effect where it will select up to 4 trees closest to them for exclusive use. For each tree reserved, it will increase its production rate by 25%. So you want it to be in a forest, like lumberyards. In most games, at least. Trees and fish will deplete, but they are renewable. Fish will respawn over time, and we can plant trees and then wait for them to grow. Open terraforming, plant trees, place 10 trees near the lumberyard. So let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Close the terraforming menu. Warehouses are mini functional distribution hubs that can store and move products where they are needed, whether that be to nearby buildings automatically or using manual destinations, or to other warehouses using destinations, which can move a lot of products over long distances using high capacity trucks. Warehouses can also deliver products to shops in range to help make money. Let's begin by placing a warehouse near Chapwick so we can sell the coal and wood. You can place a warehouse even in regions you don't own a permit for, but only one. Okay. So, warehouse or warehouse mirrored. So like that. Note that a warehouse requires to place a road construction to connections, both its entrance and exit, otherwise it will not function. Okay. I mean, I would have chosen the mirrored one personally, so that they enter here and exit there, but oops, I forgot the connecting road part. There we go. Our next step is to get our raw resources from the gatherers to the settlement's warehouse. We will use manual destinations to push the product from gatherers to warehouse. Open the lumberyard. Destinations. Any building can use manual destinations, but when selecting a destination, we will only see buildings that can accept our selected product, with the closest appearing at the top of the list. So warehouses, and then there we go. Use the plus button to change max sent to 5. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close the panel, and I'll take it, do the same thing for this. Choose destination, warehouse, distance at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Be warned, selling raw resources is not very profitable. They are best used to make other products. Also, later we will see how there are more efficient ways of moving products that involve other vehicle types. Probably trains, if that's in this game. Before we move on, let's talk about the hold until full button. This feature will hold your vehicles back until their individual storage is full, so they're not going back and forward with one resource, which some games do, and then it is really inefficient and clogs your roads up. If max amount is not a multiple of the vehicle's capacity, not all products will be moved. This only applies to warehouses that can use different vehicle types. Okay, I think I understand that. Next, let's address the warehouse automatic abilities. As mentioned, let's close out of this menu. Can I? Oh, I can't. As mentioned, any production buildings or shop within a warehouse's effect area can take advantage of these abilities. Production buildings will pull stored products that can be used to generate other products and then push the generated products back to the warehouse to distribute elsewhere. I wanted to close that panel earlier. Warehouses can automatically send 1 cycle's 15 days worth of products to shops that demand it. When a shop consumes these products, you get paid. So open the water siphon, open destinations, set cycle to infinite. Close water siphons tab. Okay. Right. If a building is utilizing a warehouse's automatic abilities, we can change how many cycles are sent to the warehouse. The cycle is how long a producer takes to make something. We can also fine-tune our warehouses to work differently depending on what you want them to do. We can set the building's distribution properties using the drop-down menu found in the outgoing tab. By default, it is set to prioritize equally, but there are more options. So open the warehouse, outgoing productions, click priorities. Warehouse priorities can either prioritize producers or shops, so the warehouse will distribute to the one over the other first. So if you want to turn your wood into planks, I would assume, before you sell it. Or we can set the warehouse to forego sending any products to buildings or shops and focus purely on the other. This is also an option to distribute nothing at all, whatever works for you. So equally. So I want to, before we talk about using the warehouse to make a proper destination, we need to unlock a logistics module in the tech tree. There's a tech tree. I mean, what did I expect? The tech tree is where we learn new recipes, get upgrades, and unlock buildings. Researching products will unlock their corresponding buildings. So tech tree. At the beginning of each game we get 3 free unlocks. After that we have to spend money and time to research and unlock. Let's pick a few unlocks that we will need to move forward. Open advanced distribution tech tree. Select trains, the chew. Production. Select wheat and vegetables. We were here. And vegetables. Add flour to the research queue. Flour. Open the logistics and admin tree. Add air purifier. Oh, so there's pollution. Oh, half a year. No, not half a year. A third of a year. Close the tech tree. Wait for the flowers. Now that we are researching flour and the research progress bar appears in the upper left hand corner. It usually takes a good amount of time to research. So let's cheat. Okay. Now that the research has been completed, the game will automatically go to the next item in the queue. With this out of the way, let's go back to warehouse management. Logistics modules are warehouse add-ons that give access to different vehicle types, which can haul more units than normal destination trucks, like I said, trains. Train terminal awards trains, boats. Boat depots bestows boats, and zeppelin fields yield zeppelins, each with different capacities and higher costs respectively. The thing with depots, no pots, is that each has a unique way to connect them. Trains utilize tracks, boats require waterways, and zeppelins just float over everything. They're the magic be all and end all. So before we can start making our proper routes, we need to build a network. Place a train terminal at our settlement's warehouse. The module needs to be within the warehouse's AOE. So destinations, train, rotate one set, this rotation. Okay. Networks. Dirt road, and it wants me to connect them. Oopsie. There we go. Now I have a train. We will need to place a warehouse next to the nearby settlement of Newton and place a train terminal there as well. Then we place tracks between the modules to create a network. So logistics, warehouse, rotate, and place. Now train again, place, connect the warehouse, just right through a rock. Open the networks construction, networks, and the chew. Where does it go? Oh, it's making me place them in pieces. The choo. Oh, there we go. Now, is it? Oh, instead of having one track, we've got two tracks going backwards and forwards. Not normally how a train line runs, but oopsie. Well, it's being there we go. And now close the panel. Open, click plus destinate. Now that the infrastructure has been built, we can make the route. Let's send some wood to Newton. Raw resources, wood. Choose destination, warehouse, not warehouse. And select 10 units. 10. Oh, there we go. And close the panel. With our wood coming to the Newton warehouse, it can send it to the Newton's hardware store automatically as it's in its radius, and make us more money. Now we need to kick it up a notch. Our water savants have been producing a lot of water for us, but we haven't used it at all. We can change that by using a farm, specifically the crop farm. Usually we would need to research unlocked before we can place a new building, but if you remember, we already unlocked vegetables, so let's place a crop farm. I was about to say, but we did. Place crop farm, place wheat, and then close out the menu, build a road. Oh, I would have just gone like that. Save money, but sure. Open Chapwick's farmers market. Open the crop farm production. Set to vegetables. Why are we doing vegetables? Eggs, sugar, requested goods, grapes, code. I mean, they're not requesting. I suppose they're requesting taters. Congratulations, we now have a working vegetable production line, so let's start making some money by selling our vegetables. Eventually we want to start producing higher tier products to generate higher profits. Factories are buildings that follow a selected recipe to generate a product, similar to farms. Open factories. Their products can be sold to the state and to settlements depending on the shops they built, but be warned they have higher upkeep and will produce pollution. Food factory. Wrote that. And road. Open pollution management construction bar. Pollution. Place an air purifier. Rotate. Each pollution management building requires a different good to remove the pollution from its radius around the building. Keeping everything clean keeps everyone happy. So you could just be mean and be like, all the pollution, but then it would upset everyone and you wouldn't make as much money, would be my assumption. Another aspect of rise of industry we should cover is traffic. As we add more buildings to your production lines, there will be more trucks on the road, which will cause delays. If traffic does become a problem, we can use the map layers to see where our trucks are getting jammed and then alter the traffic patterns to fix the problem. So map layers, traffic heat map. This section here. Close map layers, select query tool. The query tool is used to tell you detailed information about the tile your cursor is on. So I want to see, is this? Oh, pollution at the wazoo. Push the tab button. There are some other tools we have at our disposal. If we hit tab key, a series of labels will appear displaying the name of settlements, shops, resources, and other. So push tab. Oh, okay. So it shows. Where does it show what I'm looking at? Oh, I didn't read that. Pressing the alt button will cause production bubbles to appear above each of our buildings that show the production progress of each building. It will fill up with green light when working right. Okay. Next. While red means something isn't working. Also, the bubbles will show how many trucks are waiting to be dispatched if traffic is backed up at the building's exit via a number of bubbles. As we expand our industry empire, we will need to start thinking about other corporations on the map that will want to eventually take us over. To see them, open the entity panel. From here we can see who is on the map with us, what they are producing, how successful they are, and how much they are worth. Removing other companies requires us to buy all their stock. Each company has 10 shares of stock that they can buy. They represent 10% of the total value of a company. We can buy that stock to get a stake in their company. If we buy all of a companies, we would own that companies or vice versa. This entitles the buyer to every building permit and research they have. Buy a share in the company's stocks. I bought one share. I would assume they can. This removes the enemy company from the game and ultimately bolsters ours. Don't do it right away because then we won't have enough capital to build our empire. Oops. Close the panel. Congratulations, you have completed the tutorial and know the absolute basics. Go start a new game, maybe start slower with the newcomer difficulty and get rich. End. Okay, well that was half an hour and I did the tutorial. I might do one more video. I hope you've enjoyed watching. Like and subscribe and all those good things, because apparently they help. I don't know yet.